Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to Weaves of Waves. It's been a beautiful weekend. The sun has come out finally and I've got some planting done. And yeah, we went for a lovely walk on the Mendip Hills and saw for miles. It was a bit hazy, but the sun was just beautiful. It's just, life can be better when the sun is shining. It's very simple. Because there's so many changes in the world and it's quite shocking. It's like every day I'm shocked a bit more, and yeah, I've retreated off Facebook for a while. I'm retreating a little bit because I can't cope with the whole thing. So finding ways to cope is kind of retreat is good. But I got a question and I like getting a question. It was quite interesting. But the answer to the question is you're not going to like the answer. You see, this is where I was. When I used to read tarot and crystal ball, I wasn't necessarily politically correct. I never was. And yeah, my answers are direct. So yeah, if you really, really want to know the answer, you ask the question. Otherwise, if you just want sort of someone to agree with you and give you, you know, a mirror image of what you want to hear, yeah, let's go someplace else. But basically, yeah, from what I got from the question, and the question was basically he's lonely and he probably misses physical contact. He misses sex with sort of female company. So what should he do about it? And yeah, you could say, okay, he's just trying to chat up line, but okay, it's a question. And the answer is willpower. And that's not cool. The answer is abstinence. You know, if there is nobody around to go out with, and in this day and age, lockdown, stuff like that, you know, it's just like my food things. It's an addiction, right? So when you look at your addictions, sex addiction, you know, the need to be touched, the need to be stroked, the need to be held, all of that. It's just the same for the need for sugar, the need for carbs. Yeah, willpower. So abstinence, pull back. So in other words, no masturbation, no watching porn. Pull back from that area of the world. At that area, it's very difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. But yeah, abstinence. If you actually want to know the answer to your question, you have to pull back from all things sexual. You have to become an asexual and pull that part of your brain into something different. So every time you have a sexual thought, you move it on to something else. And yeah, it's not to our society. We like our instant gratification. So I look at a lot of young people particularly, and they're chasing stuff, and yeah, it's okay, you know, fine. But when you look at old people and they're still chasing stuff, instant gratification, nah, willpower. Willpower, instant gratification is something that can become poisonous and toxic. This is common sense. This is not some deep philosophy. But if you're not shagging anyone right now and you haven't got any hope of shagging anybody right now, guess what? Why don't you just pull back from all that stuff? Just move it into a hobby. Go, you know, a nice healthy hobby. Go running, go cycling, go hiking. You know, it's quite easy to spout this stuff, and it's very difficult to actually do it. I do get it, okay? My sugar addiction has been my thing for most of my life. Now, I'm well aware sugar is poisonous and it's not good for me. It is a negative, and it strips things out of my body. I still love chocolate, and I still love chocolate ice cream. And it's hot out, and ice cream is a wonderful thing, and I'm continuously tempted. So the need for sweet foods is in me, and I have to say no, and I have to pull myself back from anything and retrain my mind from anything that is sweet, sugary, and bad for me. It's not an easy job. I get it. I do, because yeah, you fall off the wagon and you sort of have something sweet and you're like, shit, I shouldn't have done that, and then you got to go move back into it. But my body is happier without sweets, chocolate, and you know, if you keep encouraging the shadows, they will rule you. Addictions will rule you. In South Africa, there is a line of thought which I thought was fascinating, was where our addictions become little demons stuck on us. So if you have say for a tobacco addiction, you have something stuck. It's like a little invisible demon. It's stuck on you, like a leech. And every time it needs feeding, you will have the urge to have a cigarette. And getting rid of these demons, there's herbal remedies, there's all kinds of ways of doing it. But it's addiction demons. And I remember once when I'd forgotten my glasses. I wear glasses for things far away. And I was in Goa, and I could see opium demons, and they were dragons, and they were wrapped round people and squeezing them. Every time they wanted, it was a heavy addiction, whoa. Every time they wanted heroin, or I have no idea what they were smoking, I think it looked like the opium dragons. And they were very, very real. I was like, whoa, all these people were... No, I have never really done any of those sort of things. Hallucinogenics, LSD, maybe once upon a time, but no, I don't need that sort of thing. I can see the world way too clearly as it is. But addictions rule us if they let us, and that's the biggest thing. Self-pleasure, narcissism, it's all part of addictions. And if you are addicted to, masturbation, sexual things, yeah, it'll rule you. You will become poisonous, toxic, and it will rule you. It is a matter of self-discipline, and nobody wants to hear that. How did Jordan Peterson says, make your bed? So in other words, put your house in order, sort of cook, clean, sort of clean up your life. It makes sense, but nobody really wants to be told that. Nobody wants to just just turn around and stop it. If it's bad for you, stop it. You know better. They want some sort of thing. Just let me have a little, cut down a little. No, it doesn't work that way. If you have a little bit, so you're supposing you don't want to smoke anymore, so you cut down to 2 a day. Well, then cut it all out after 2 a day. A lot of people just stick on the minimal. Okay, that takes a willpower too. It's not overruling you. But yeah, the sex drive is huge in young men and young women, but it's huge, and it's not given a way out. The Abrahamic societies have said just say no, and that doesn't work. The places that say just say no have the highest teenage pregnancies in the world. There's things like this. It has to be taught as a discipline. Has to be taught as a method of saying to your body, okay, I hear you, but I'm not going to take it any further right now. It's not the right time in my life. And yeah, that takes willpower. If you have the willpower, that's great. If you haven't, then it corrupts you, and it will rule you for the rest of your life. There are many, many people, absolutely many, many people that are ruled by their sex drive. It's an addiction, and you can see it in them. And it's also a vibe that is not attractive. Okay, so you're not necessarily going to attract a good person into your life to satisfy your sex drive. You will attract, other people who are just as addicted. And yeah, I watch a lot of relationships. You can see them, and it isn't necessarily healthy. I suppose a lot of things in life aren't healthy. It's not up to me to judge. I just watch. And the healthier ones are the ones that can control. Each of them has willpower. Both the man and the woman, or mixed gay and bisexual. I personally identify as bisexual. So in other words, I can be attracted to both men and women. But I haven't found a woman I'm attracted to in a long time. I have found a man that I'm attracted to right now. So yeah, to watch your addictions, to watch your desires. It's a very Buddhist thing. They're trying to deny your desires. I don't deny my desires. I try and moderate them. Is it good for me? Supposing, chocolate is not good for me. However, every now and again I get depressed and miserable, and a little bit of chocolate isn't going to hurt me that much then. So it is good for me when I'm feeling depressed. But my body doesn't really appreciate it afterwards. So you have to be your own judge, jury, and executioner. if you feel that it is hurting you on one level. If you are eating too much chocolate day in, day out, same to be said of alcohol. I drink a little bit every now and again, but I can't do wines and spirits. But the cider, the cider around here is really good. But every now and again my body just goes, no, and it starts to say you've had enough. So usually I could do with, half a cupful and that's it. That's how I've had enough. But knowing when you've had enough is part of being an adult. It is. It's showing abstinence and walking away. So I hope that answers your question. It's perhaps not necessarily the answer you really wanted, but I thank you for the question all the same, and I wish you luck. And yeah, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe my videos. Please visit my website, weavesofwaves.com. And yeah, if you could have a look at the products there and see what you like, and even if you don't buy, please let me know, because I'm trying desperately to make a sale somewhere along the line. Anyway, love you lots. Take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now.